He's the baby of the bunch, just 3 years old and full of curiosity. For Camelia, it's all about patience, guidance, and setting the foundation right. This is week 1 for Camelia and Port Hill Spirit, proudly supported by our champion sponsor, Manitoulin Island Resort.
Hey! Okay, so it's been a hectic week. Marv's been awesome. He's taken everything super quick, but I haven't had much time for videos. So it's Sunday and I'm gonna quickly take videos of everything we've been doing. So he's just standing over there like a good boy. This is pretty much how we start every session. He gets tied. Usually I'm working another horse at the same time, so I'll just tie them at different posts. One of them gets worked, the other stands, and then we switch. So they get used to standing while there's commotion happening, and learn some patience. So he's been doing really well. Gets a little bit dancy when I'm riding a horse by him while he's tied. Understandable. So I'm not worried at all about the looking. Frankly, I'm happy that he's engaged, because he's not focusing in on something and then not paying attention to me. He's not doing that. He's very alert, but he's checking in with me. Okay, is this all right? Like, is this gonna kill me? And when I keep everything calm, then he understands so that it's not a big deal. He has been a little bit, he steps a little weirdly on like the lunge circle. Like out large, he trots canters just fine. On the small lunge circle, he takes an odd step every once in a while. So I'm watching that. Just want to make sure that it's not going to continue, like get progressively worse. Because I'm thinking probably getting compacted onto the small circle and really learning bend and things is probably what's causing that. But obviously you've got to pay attention to those things and make sure it's not aggravating like something older, right? Or even maybe he got kicked in the pasture or something, and we've got to make sure that we're addressing that if necessary. My biggest concern right now is, that little bit of weird movement on the small circle. I just gave him a quick lunge, in the hoof boots, and like night and day difference. He looks way better. So I'd say that his soles are just a little sensitive, and that's most of our issue. So I've done this once before with him here. But I still walk through the same checkpoints that I did the first time. With starting guys like this, it's good to build up the confidence by doing the same thing over and over again, so that they're building confidence with what's happening. So I just start by letting him see it and letting him flop over him. I've already done all this with the lunge line. Just kind of hitting him all over the place with it so that he's not getting surprised. The first thing I thought when I took him off the trailer was, he's really handsome, and he definitely hasn't been on the track recently because he's a little fat. But that's way better than underweight. So, but no, in all seriousness, I thought this is a nice looking horse. My next impression was he's a little lucky. And then as soon as opened my envelope, that answered that question. Just typical young horse 3-year-old things, right? Yes, he has experience being trained on the track, but there's something about, like, you can't teach them what years of experience offer them, right? So you get a horse with the exact same temperament, the exact same everything, but you put a few more years on them and you have a different horse, right? So one thing with these guys is I don't cinch them up, especially with the type of horse like this, who has some experience, like obviously not being saddled, but being harnessed for sure. So I don't want to just keep him here and make him overthink anything. So before I even put my cinch on, I'm going to let him move a little bit. Because some horses find this a little stuffy. Thankfully, most of retraining race horses isn't too crazy usually. Because even though these guys aren't backed, they are used to their harness. So it's not a foreign concept. But the young guys I like to take extra precaution with as well. But what you'll notice there, is he's a little bit like he doesn't really want to pay attention as much with the tack on, because he's focusing on that more than he's focusing on what I'm saying to him. So what you will have saw there, I kind of get on his case a little bit if he's not doing what I've asked, just to kind of reinforce, hey, when I'm talking to you, when I'm giving you cues, we've got to pay attention to that. Since we do have this bridle on, we're going to start to introduce a little bit of flexing. Now, when I start this, I tend to start it away from me so that my horse doesn't just want to come see me. And when I'm pulling his head up, I'm doing it from his halter, because at this stage, I don't want his association right now to be, if I'm not paying attention, I'm going to get yanked in the mouth. Because I'm trying to introduce the flexing, so I don't want that to get confused by me also asking him to get his head off the ground. There. So we'll do it that direction, and then we'll do it the other direction here as well. So I'm just picking up a little feel, and I just want his nose to come in the direction of that rein. Now, this is probably one of the most important things that he's gonna figure out before I get on his back, because that's gonna be my emergency brake if he takes off. I try to keep training sessions pretty short with young horses, like no more than half an hour. But just because it's not productive after that, right? He wants this to be a fun game. That's how I'm gonna get the most interaction from him, is if he views this as a great time.